Force will be with you, always.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Dylan Talks Movies. We're counting down my top 200 favorite films of all time. If you are new here, welcome. If you're a returner, welcome back. We have a very exciting movie to talk about today. One of my favorites from this director, Martin Scorsese, one of the best. And this film we're talking about is my favorite Scorsese film of all time, and that is 1976 Taxi Driver. Let's get into it. So Taxi Driver, starring Robert De Niro as Travis Bickle, one of my favorite performances and characters of his. Jodie Foster, Harvey Keitel, Sybil Shepherd, Albert Brooks, Peter Boyle. Great cast. So it centers on Travis Bickle, just got out of the Vietnam War in the 70s, taking a job as a taxi driver in New York City. And, he's just minding his business, doing what he has to do and stuff. And, it's 76, lots of happening. And, he catches his eye on this beautiful woman who's works at a voter campaign for one of the senators and stuff for the Senate election, played by Sybil Shepherd. Betsy is her name, and then De Niro's character has an obsession with her, even going out to get some pie, simple as let's go on another date. Where does he take her? To a naughty theater? Why to a dirty movie theater? Why would you do that on a date? But it's Robert De Niro and stuff, and they stop seeing each other for a while, not official breakup, let's just stop seeing each other, not interested. And then of course De Niro just talks to one of the senators, Palantine, I think his name is, the senator, saying that the city's I want to clean the scum off the city, all the scum and the filth on the street. I just want to just clean it off. Travis Bickle has his own agenda. He's sick of seeing this dirty city and wants to clean it up, basically. So he encounters a young girl, 12 years old, named Iris, played by a young Jodie Foster, and basically she wanders into the cab and says, I want to get out, and then she gets taken away by dude. She finds out that she's actually a prostitute, 12 years old, and she's a prostitute. That is some risque stuff, but it wasn't too risque. It wasn't that graphic. But Foster, as young as she was, she did a great performance, and Travis Bickle goes talk to her. He's don't you want to get out of here? Encourages her and stuff. He's you're a young girl. You should be in school. You should be living with your parents. You should be going out with boys, having friends and stuff. And it's just this really sad character. And then you got Sport, played by young Harvey Keitel, who worked with De Niro and Scorsese in Mean Streets in '73, talking about as her pimp. And and then Bickle's just going through this crazy obsession about taking matters in no hands. So he does the bold move, and then there's this awesome scene where Martin Scorsese has a cool cameo in the movie where he wanders into his cab. It's it's my stop. It's no, don't flip the change. Keep it running. It's and then Robert De Niro doesn't even look back. He just looks through the mirror at him. He's you see that window? My wife is there, but that's not my house. There's another dude. He says the N-word, but I'm not gonna say it because he's like I'm gonna kill my wife with a 44 Magnum. He's you ever seen you ever seen what a 44 Magnum do to a woman's face, a woman's pussy? It's like you should see that. You must think I'm pretty crazy. You must think like Scorsese playing this weird stranger talking about this stuff to Robert De Niro's character, and this De Niro just looking in the mirror going like the whole thing. Like that's the scene is just like it's probably one of the greatest like director cameos in film ever. And then it inspires Travis. He actually goes to a salesman and buys guns. He buys a 44 Magnum, long barrel 44 Magnum. He buys a snub nose. He buys a small pistol and a Walther pistol. He buys all four of them. Goes to a shooting range and stuff. He takes matters in his own hands. He comes like sort of anti-hero, he has an idea of assassinating Palatine, but also at the same time wants to save Iris, Joey Foster's character, from this twisted and corrupted world. So he's like anti-hero. He wants to do the right thing, he wants to do the wrong thing, and all that jazz. Like he even talks to a Secret Serviceman early in the film, where in that green M65 field jacket, army jacket, just talking to the guy. He's like, "You're a congressman too, right?" It's like, I fought in the war. And just very suspicious. And they tried following him, Travis, but because of the crowd, they lost him. So like he buys guns at shooting ranges. He puts on, he has a knife in his boots. He makes one of the small guns into like a sleeve action gun, like in the Matrix and Django, because that's where like that film came from. Like the sleeve and the gun just went whoosh, just comes out and just shoot him. And of course, just like the cool shot of just Travis in his room, just like pointing the guns in his holsters, just pointing them out. And then of course he got that iconic scene in the mirror, one of the most iconic things, which I think, De Niro improvised the iconic line from the movie. "You talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me? I'm the only one here. What the fuck you think you're talking to?" I love that scene. This is so good. And then in the narration, like Robert De Niro's narration throughout the movie is so good. Like you sympathize with his character. I mean, that's hard for a movie to do, but you really do see what he has to drive the cab all night to weird people. He has to clean some dirty stains off the seats. He has to see like fire hydrants going off. Sees like all the corruption and filth and prostitution and drug use in the streets. He wants to take matters in his own hands. Like he wants to do the right thing by doing the wrong thing, and he wants to do the wrong thing by doing the right thing. It's confusing as fuck, but the movie is great. That's my philosophy. That's why I think movie is amazing. And then of course, he shaved his head. I think De Niro wore a bald cap. Yeah, he wore a bald cap, but Travis Bickle's character shaved his head into a mohawk, really cooling, so it wouldn't be recognized with shades. He tries assassinating Palatine, but he failed to do so after he got noticed, but he ran out of there. And then his next line of duty is to go save Iris. So he shoots Sport, Keitel's character, after like talking. He's like, Iris? Like, I don't know Iris. He's like, suck on this. Shoots him. Goes into the dude, the other pimp dude. Shoots his hand off with the Magnum. Because he made dents in the bullets to make them explode. So his fingers came off, very bloody. He shoots the Magnum, and then Sport with the wound shoots Travis in the neck, like grazed his neck. Shoots him with the snub noose, drops the Magnum, shoots him with the snub noose, kills Keitel's character, kills the other dude. They shot the fingers off, and then the other dude, the customer, comes in, shoots Bickle in the arm, drops the snub nose, and then uses the lever action gun, the arm gun, shoots the other dude in the face. Like, it's crazy bloody, but like, holy shit, like, this scene is like action packed. And then, it's just like, and then he shoots him in the face, and poor Iris is just witnessing this stuff. And and then he takes the another gun from the dude and shoots the dude with the that got the fingers blown off, shoots the dude in the head. And then Iris is crying, and then Bickle's just with his bloody wounds. He puts the gun to his chin and went, no more bullets. All the bullets right now. He dropped his guns. He's just sitting there bleeding out the cop's gun. And then he's just all covered in blood. He just, that famous kind of thing goes, the poof, 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 and just passes out. And then it just does this cool bird's eye view of the whole apartment, of just everything that happened in that sequence. It's just so crazy. And then sometime later, it turns out that Travis is alive. He survived. His wounds, his hair had grown back. There's like newspaper clippings of him being a hero, saving a young girl from prostitution, killed a bunch of gangsters. Like, he's praised as a hero. Iris went back home to his family, and then over the narration of the newspaper clippings of the aftermath of that event, just see a letter narration of Iris's parents saying, like, "Dear Mr. Bickle, thank you so much for what you did. Really appreciate it. Iris is doing great. If we don't have enough money to get to New York, but if you ever come over here in like Wisconsin, it'd be you'd be a welcoming person in our home. Best of luck to you." And then, like, again, Travis is like, like, he's anti-hero. He almost did the wrong thing, but he did the right thing. Even though he tried to kill himself and stuff, it still shows you what good character he is, of like his morals and everything. And there's bonding with his fellow taxi driver mates, and just about all that. And there's just him still doing a job. And then Betsy comes to the cab in the ending. She's like, "I saw what you did in the paper. It's very, very brave." And they kind of catch up, and then, like, they say bye to each other, like, "Maybe I'll see you around if you want to hang." It's cool and stuff. It's like and so, like, they kind of have like a sort of like a heart to heart, like, after everything that the little relationship had kind of failed. They kind of like held a heart to heart, like. And then, of course, just the ending of this Travis just driving off, just looking a second in the back mirror, and then the credits roll. And it's just such a great movie. It's one of Scorsese's best as well. It's well done narration, the shots, the action, the acting. It's so great. And not to mention Bernard Herrmann's score. This was Bernard Herrmann's last film score he composed before he died in 76 when the movie came out. And the movie was dedicated to him because he passed away, Bernard Herrmann. But that beautiful saxophone jazz score is just so iconic. And Taxi Driver, it's an amazing movie. If you have not seen it, watch it. It's so good. My favorite Scorsese film is just so iconic. And yeah, and just like showing what Travis gone through, because he learned all that stuff about the guns and the tactics through in Vietnam, because he's a Vietnam soldier, so all the trauma and he endured and stuff, just him, just doing what he can to survive in the world. And fun fact, De Niro, before the movie, actually in period of time, actually drove taxis in New York City. He was an actual taxi driver, and of course he was fresh off of Mean Streets and Godfather Part 2. Like, no one recognized him. He drove like dozens of people every day. He practiced as a taxi driver for his role as Travis Bickle. No one recognized him except one person. He said one person, like, "Are you Robert De Niro?" And that's pretty cool. That's commitment. But the film is pretty good, and the impact it had on pop culture, like like there was even the whole thing because of her role in the movie. Jodie Foster, it's got like death threats and like weird stalker letters from a dude. I forgot the dude's name. After the movie in the late 70s, early 80s, like attracted to Jodie Foster's character and stuff, to becoming crazy. And the same dude that sent her letters is the same dude that did an assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan in the early 80s. Like that was the same dude who wrote the letters and stuff, because he was inspired by Taxi Driver and stuff. So it's pretty shocking and crazy that happened and stuff. But like it's all in the past, and Foster is still okay with it and stuff. But she's really good in that movie. They're all good. Sybil Shepherd, Harvey Keitel, Robert De Niro is one of his best movie roles. And one of his best Scorsese roles, because of course he worked with Scorsese and Raging Bull, and from then on he's gonna work with him in Raging Bull and Goodfellas and Cape Fear and Casino and Irishman and all those iconic movies. But Taxi Driver, love it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Hope you guys like this film review. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more film related content. Let me know what your favorite scene is in Taxi Driver, like favorite shot, like favorite line, all that jazz. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. I'm active on Instagram and Letterboxd. Links in the description below. Hope you guys like this. I'll see you guys around for more film reviews. I'll try to keep it daily if I can. You talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me? Who you think I'm talking to? You talking to me? I just had to do it for you guys. Have a good night, guys, and see you around.